Hello, welcome to the Thursday, July 15th, 2021 edition of the SANS Internet Storm Center's Stormcast. My name is Johannes Ulrich and today I'm recording from Jacksonville, Florida. Quick little update on malicious documents from Jan, and well, not all of them actually work. And that's something that I've observed in the past too. For example, against attacks against web application vulnerabilities, where sometimes, the attack is just not done very well and often appears to be not tested. In this example, it was a malicious Excel spreadsheet, or supposedly malicious. We couldn't really tell because it was encrypted. And part of the email was that it mentioned a password. Of course, that's quite common, but the password mentioned the email didn't work, and Jan was actually not successful brute forcing the correct password. So this was obviously not tested by the attacker. One of those few cases where the victim just gets lucky. And then a couple of comments, corrections about yesterday's Patch Tuesday. First, a couple readers noted that I said there were 6 previously disclosed vulnerabilities, 4 being already exploited, but I said there are only 9, not 10, that were either disclosed or already exploited. And that's just because one vulnerability was both previously disclosed and already being exploited. And then, of course, being the print spooler vulnerability. And secondly, the Microsoft Exchange Server vulnerability that I pointed out, CVE 2021-34473. It was actually already patched in April. The CVE was omitted from the April release, and as a result, they just sort of republished this here as an informational change only. And thanks to Kenneth for pointing out this oversight. And as far as post-Patch Tuesday patches go, we got a couple patches from Mozilla that are noteworthy. They affect Firefox, with that also the Tor browser and Thunderbird. There are a total of 10 vulnerabilities being patched in Firefox, 6 of which are rated high and could lead to memory corruption, in some cases arbitrary code execution, so apply it or let Firefox apply the update as soon as possible. And SAP released an update for NetWeaver. Given the attention that these types of flaws do get from attackers, certainly something you need to pay attention to. Not a lot of details from SAP, but one of the NetWeaver vulnerabilities is a missing authorization check. So that could certainly be abused, even though the CVSS score is only rated with 7.6. Missing authorization, unlike missing authentication, typically means something like a privilege escalation vulnerability. And mobile security company Simperium is reporting about an uptick in sightings of the Joker malware, also fleeceware as it's sometimes called, in recent months. It has shown up in thousands of samples in the Google Play Store as well as in third-party app stores for Android. Joker has been around since 2017 and has been playing cat and mouse with various detection techniques. Victims are usually being signed up for premium mobile services, which is why this kind of malware is often referred to as fleeceware. It does not appear to steal any data, but it may be sending SMS messages to these premium services. And Canadian software security company Software Secure did an interesting analysis of less.js. Less.js is sometimes called a transpiler. It's basically a library that makes it easier to write cascading style sheets. But the functionality can sometimes lead to unintended consequences, which may even lead in some cases to remote code execution on the server. So if you are using less.js, then by all means pay attention, read the article by Software Secured about the weaknesses they found in this framework. Some of the simpler exploits will release secrets, like, for example, AWS access keys, but then again, it could go all the way to remote code execution. Also, server-side request forging is one of the vulnerabilities discussed here. Well, and that's it for today. So thanks again for listening. If I missed anything, please let me know. If there are any stories that I should have covered, always willing to listen. And any other corrections, of course, let me know, and let your friends know about this podcast. Thanks, and talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.